Hello everybody, my name is Damon, and welcome back to some more Katawa Shoujo. When we last left off, we had gotten into a pillow fight with a, fever-ridden, Emmy, who was stupid enough to run a mile or a couple miles or whatever she does as training in the afternoon in the rain. Even though we told her, don't do it, you're gonna get sick. She's like, I'm Emmy Ibarazaki, I think is her name. I don't get sick. I don't get colds. And they were like, okay, then let us run with you. And she's like, no, you need to go rest. And I'm like, okay, I guess we'll go rest. Sorry. And that happened. Anyways, let's get a little refresher in our mind. This track captain of hers who seems so interested in her well-being. Also, hopefully we'll beat the game today. And today as in when I'm recording this. True, I've only seen the two of them together a few times, but that doesn't change the fact that they seem better suited to one another. There's really nothing to be done about that. I need to take my mind off this whole situation. I've got homework to do. Maybe that'll distract me. Maybe not. A night of restlessness has left me feeling fairly groggy this morning. The events of the previous day keep intruding upon my mind. Memory of how Emmy felt against me. Memory of our wrestling match. And most bothersome, the memory of her nightmare. Oh yeah, that happened. She was in so much pain. And I can't stop wondering what it must be like for her to wake up with no one there. Shower shocks me awake with hot water. Awake, but still worried. What'll happen today? Will things just go back to normal? And the episode back to the status quo? There was a connection yesterday, something that nearly pushed us past the boundaries of normal friendship. Would that have been so bad? My mind goes back to the look in Emmy's eyes after our pillow fight. It almost seemed like she was daring me to go on. Almost. But I can't know for sure. Anyway, track captain's probably first in her affections. But even as I say that, my mind is already snorting derisively. I'm just looking for an excuse. A reason for everything to go wrong. Yeah, that's me. A reason not to try. It's not as if I've even seen the two of them together outside of track practice. And clearly he's never visited. Emmy said it as much herself. If they were close, surely he'd visit. I'm such a wuss. I'd ought to just go for it anyway. Damn the consequences. That's what Emmy would do, I think. Hell, I know that's what she would do. Which is partially why I'm convinced there's no interest on her end. She hasn't acted either. Maybe because of this track captain. It's possible she's got a bit of an unrequited crush thing going on. But who would be able to clarify their relationship? It sure as hell can't be Emmy. She'd probably just laugh and ask why I wanted to know. And I'm not ready to answer that yet. Rin would probably just give me some cryptic answer or something. And then with my luck, she'd just ask Emmy, who would ask me why I want to know, and I've already covered that problem. I wonder, could I get away with asking the nurse? He seems pretty protective of Emmy. I'm sure he knows something was up. And he owes me for not letting Emmy know that he forgot to tell me about her being ill, so he'll keep quiet. Now what if he asks me why I want to know, though? I can shake him off. Just say I'm curious as a friend. He'll buy that, won't he? And of course! That's settled then. After the run, I'll talk to him while Emmy's waiting outside the office. Of course he'll believe it. Of course. There's no sign of Emmy when I arrive at the track. Is she still too ill? I decided to give her 10 minutes. I'm a little early, and she was ill yesterday, so if she takes a little while to show up, it shouldn't be surprising. Still, I'd hate to just waste my time, so I occupied myself by stretching and pacing back and forth anxiously. What if I went too far yesterday? What if she doesn't come because she's embarrassed? What if...
You're early again, Hisao. I'm impressed.
Just like that, I feel some of the tension leaving my body. Emmy seems to be bright and cheerful as usual, with no sign that she was even ill the other day, much less had a less than restful sleep. Still, I have to ask, sleep well last night? It's just a throwaway question, small talk. The sort of thing people ask someone they bump into the cafe while getting their morning coffee. But not for us, at least not for me. I don't know if Emmy realizes that I'm actually concerned about how well she slept last night. The answer does give her pause. After a short moment of what seems like her genuinely pondering this, she nods.
Yep, sure did.
Was it because of me? Did I actually help? Or are you just saying that to get me to stop asking questions? Good to hear. Emmy grins and begins warming up.
So, ready to begin?
Am I ready? Of course I'm ready. I was born ready. Emmy laughs at my bravado, and then we take off running. Great. I keep a steady pace the whole time, breathing steadily. I still feel dead at the end, but at least I don't gasp like a fish out of water now. Emmy's positively beaming after the run today.
Nice job, Hisao. You're improving. You'll be half as fast as me in no time.
This last line is delivered with a teasing grin that I've grown all too used to. Oh, how exciting. Emmy begins to run her sprints while I take a cooldown lap. She's really pushing herself today. By the time I'm done with my lap, she's laying across one of the bleachers, looking exhausted. Goodness, not pushing it a little too much today, are you? You did just have a cold, you'll recall. Emmy gives an annoyed snort and sits up.
Bah, I'm just trying to make up for lost time, that's all. I went twice as hard today, you know. A good run always gets the kinks out, you know. Clears of mine too. Oh?
Emmy nods vigorously.
Yep, it's a great outlet for that sort of thing.
She does not explain further, and I don't ask. I suspect I know the real reason she went so hard today. Being sick had nothing to do with it. Something's bothering her. Maybe the nightmare, maybe something else. But it's not my place to pry. She'd tell me if she wanted me to know. I'm sure that comes in handy.
You have no idea.
Sincerity in her voice confirms my suspicion. The only problem is, even though I know she'd tell me if she wanted me to know, I still want to know. Something on your mind then? Amy doesn't seem surprised by my question. Instead, she shrugs.
Nah, it's nothing worth getting worried about.
She seems as if she's trying to convince herself, as much as she's convincing me. So many shiz and ishes in that sentence. I'm about to ask if yesterday is responsible for her current state of mind, but think better of it. Too much risk of her taking the question the wrong way. Besides, I'm not even sure myself what to think about yesterday. Really, I can only get as far about how it felt to have Emmy sleeping next to me before my brain shuts down. Having her before me now, covered in sweat and looking wryly at me, she's making it difficult to think. Yeah, I hear ya.
We'd better hurry to see the nurse. We're running short on time.
Aren't we always? Emmy laughs at this, a dry chuckle that seems most un-Emmy-like.
That's too true.
For a brief moment, she looks old, worn down by some old hurt. But, just like yesterday, I can almost see her shouldering the burden and straightening up slightly. And then she's back to being Emmy again.
Come on then, Hisao. Race ya?
With a sudden smile, she darts off. Hey, no fair! I take off after her, knowing I won't catch her, but not caring. Even if there's no chance of catching her, I'll still run after her. Ooh, smooth. Emmy's waiting for me at the door as I arrive.
Well, well, look who's finally shown up.
Yeah. Enjoy your victory while you can. Emmy grins as the nurse pokes his head out of the door. Well, there you are. Come in, Hisao. In what has become a familiar routine by now, he checks my blood pressure and my heart rate. A bit fast today, isn't it? Yeah, I kinda raced Emmy here. Nurse laughs. That's never a good idea. He leans in to whisper to me in a conspiratory manner. I don't know if you heard, but Emmy's a bit of a track star. I reel back in mock surprise. Really? She never mentioned it before. Two of us share a laugh. Did you do okay today? Cold seemed to bother her. Why don't you ask her? He rolls his eye in exasperation. Of course I'm gonna ask her too, but she'll tell me she didn't have any problems regardless of whether or not she did. So I'm asking you because you're her friend and would probably tell me if she had trouble today. When he puts it that way, makes a lot more sense. She seemed pretty good today, if a little more tired than usual. She was already feeling better when I dropped by yesterday, so I'm not that surprised. Nurse nods, though I notice he tenses slightly when I mention yesterday's visit. Well, that's good to hear. Figured it was just a 24-hour thing. Emmy tends to recover quickly from colds and the like. Hey, speaking of Emmy, are she and the track captain... well, you know. A look of suspicion crosses his face. Why do you ask? Well, it's just that they seem kind of close. I was just curious, you know? And I'd never ask her, because that would be kind of embarrassing. So far so good, now to really sell it. Besides, I think they make a cute couple. Nurse laughs. Well, I don't suppose you're the first to think that. But, I think I could say with some certainty that the two of them will never do anything like that. Certainty. Yep. Not that I could tell you, of course. Confidentiality and all that. Yeah, right. You just like holding a secret over my head. And that too. Right, get out of here. I'm a busy man, you know. I roll my eyes at his last statement as I head out the door, motioning to Emmy to go in. Whole time I'm trying to keep from doing a celebratory dance. The two of them will never do anything like that. That's precisely the sort of thing I wanted to hear. I'm half tempted to make a sort of move on Emmy right now, but I think the nurse would probably disapprove. Besides, I still don't know exactly how Emmy feels about me. I mean, it's obvious that she cares about me as a friend, but something more than that, I can't be certain. Even so, I can't help but feel hopeful. I just need to figure out a good time to tell Emmy exactly how I feel. And that puzzle should keep me occupied for the rest of the day, at least. Hisao. Rooftop is completely deserted. Normally, I count on Rin to be up here before me, but she's strangely absent. Wonder if she's decided to accompany Emmy to the cafeteria for once. That seems pretty unlikely, but it's all I can think of right now. Part of me wants to go look for Rin, but a far larger part of me is too pleased with the way the sun feels on my skin to care. I pick idly at my lunch while I wait for Emmy and Rin to show up. It doesn't take long for me to hear the sounds of someone coming up the stairs. Went till the door begins to open before talking. Took you long enough. Keeping me waiting for you, honestly. It's probably Lily, isn't it? Two of you are... Huh? Well, that's odd. Oh. It's only Emmy. I thought it was Lily for some reason. Only person saying the door was Emmy, who looks mildly confused.
What do you mean, huh? It's me. You know, Emmy. We run in the mornings.
She grins, and I feel my heart jump slightly in my chest at the sight. Yes, I knew that. I'm just confused. Where's Rin? Emmy's grin is replaced by a rather guilty-looking expression.
Yeah. About that. I gave my cold.
Oh dear. Am I at risk too? Makes sense after all. I mean, I were close in contact the other day. So, what did she and Rin do together that... Oh, so. Yep, yeah, you think that. Steady on, old lad. Don't go down that road. Don't go down that road at all. Rin's just probably got a worse immune system than me. Emmy seemed shocked by my comment. Like she hadn't considered that before.
I hope not. And I'll feel terrible if you get ill because of me, Hisao.
Oh man, I think I feel a fever coming on. Emmy looks horrified, and then quickly shifts into a more angry expression.
Hisao! You stop getting sick this instant. I won't have it.
Impulsively, she seizes me by the collar.
Are you listening to me, Hisao's immune system? Get your ass in gear.
I give her a smart salute. Duly noted, ma'am. Emmy steps back and nods, satisfied.
Good. You are not allowed to miss any of our morning runs after all.
But you missed a morning run. Emmy crosses her arm and looks at me haughtily.
Yes, but that's a special case. It was me and not you.
That's not an explanation at all. Emmy looks flabbergasted.
You're kidding, right? That explanation makes perfect sense.
No, it doesn't. It's a blatant double standard.
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
Oh, fine. Emmy seems pleased by her victory. Anyway, is Rin gonna be okay? She's not terribly ill, right? Emmy shakes her head.
Nope, she'll be fine. I got her some cold medicine, that should help her. Although I probably should have made sure that she didn't try to take them all at once. She's done it before, you know.
Somehow I don't find all this that surprising. I doubt Rin would want to pay attention to maximum dosages and stuff. How would she? Like she's very nimble with her feet. But she doesn't have thumbs on her feet. How would she open the bottle, if it's a bottle of pills anyways? And how would she take the pills? I don't know. You should probably check on her later, just make sure then. Emmy shrugs.
I'll stop by after practice. She'll be fine until then.
I nod, figuring that line of conversation is over. Well, the problem is, I don't know what else to talk about. So, you got any more track meets coming up? This is a terribly roundabout way of trying to see if she's free on the weekend. If she's free, then maybe I can ask her on a date or something. Well, assuming I get myself to actually form the words. Emmy shakes her head.
Nah, not for another couple weeks, I think. Season's winding down.
Oh yeah, I came right in the middle of things, didn't I? Does that mean exams are coming up soon? I should probably look into that. What do you do on weekends if there's not a meet? An eyebrow goes up, and Emmy gets a teasing look on her face.
You're awfully inquisitive today, aren't you?
I shrug and hope it looks casual. You're just making conversation. I don't know what it's like to be a track star after all.
Pfft, flattery.
She waves a hand idly.
I'm not actually that good, you know. You just so happen to see me on a good day is all.
You liar.
Heh, yeah. But humility is the sign of a good athlete. At least that's what my dad used to say.
She shrugs and tries unsuccessfully to hide the rather troubled expression on her face that she has taken on. Hey, what's up? You seem bothered by something. Emi starts to deny it, then sighs in defeat. I wonder if she's too tired from being sick to get herself to deny it like usual. Or if she actually just trusts me enough at this point to open up.
Oh, well, you remember last night?
Do I ever? I settle for nodding, however.
That's not the first time that's happened to me. Actually, I get them kind of...
She pauses, as if she suddenly occurred to her what she's doing. It's almost like she's breaking some sort of personal rule here. But she starts up again, choosing her words carefully.
Well, not often, but on occasion. It's just been one of those weeks where that's what happens.
A sigh escapes her, and she looks terribly frustrated. I reach over and give her a hug, which, unlike last time, doesn't seem to shock her. Instead, she seems to relax and my arms wrap around her. We stay like that for a while. Hey, you know I was serious last night. You really can't talk to me if stuff like this is bothering you. It's always difficult to do that sort of thing solo, you know? Emi smiles and breaks the embrace, but stays leaning on my shoulder.
Thanks, Hisao. I'll be fine, I think.
I can hardly see her resembling herself, getting ready to bottle it all up again. Guess that topic's closed now. So hey, given any more thought to that career survey?
Can't say I have. I don't tend to plan very far ahead, you know. Although, I suppose I could at least start looking into college, huh?
I shrug. I suppose, unless you were serious about that pirate thing. Last I checked, pirates don't have much need for universities. Unless there's like, you know, a pirate university out there somewhere. Emi giggles and starts to look a little like her old self. But there's a new element to her expression. Impish. That's how I describe it. Emi looks impish, looking up at me with her head nestled into my shoulder.
Would you come with me if I ran off to be a pirate?
Of course I would. Who in their right mind would pass up the opportunity to be pirates with you?
Well, when you put it that way, I'm not sure.
She giggles again. I notice that my heart seems to have sped up. It's probably due to Emi's proximity to me. Enough strawberries, again. I can't help but grin as I gaze down at her. She's happy again.
Hey, Hisao?
Hmm?
If you're gonna kiss me, you should probably do it soon. I think the lunch bells are gonna ring.
My thoughts grind to a sudden halt. I'm pretty sure my mouth is hanging open in shock. I don't really know. All I can manage is a strangled, huh? This amuses Emi even more.
You were thinking about it, weren't you?
She sits up, bringing her face level with mine.
I'd probably enjoy it, you know? You're a really... well...
She briefly composes herself, looking like she's about to say something important.
If you hadn't figured out by now, I think I've developed a bit of a crush on you. You're gonna have to do something about it.
This time her grin short-circuits several important thought processes. At some point, I turn toward her, and at another point her arms move around my neck, and yet another my arms wrapped around her waist. I'll be damned if I can tell precisely when that happened, because at the moment, there's only a voice in the back of my head yelling at me to kiss her. I look in Emi's eyes. There it is. The thing I saw yesterday on the bed. It's there again. It suddenly strikes me that she's worried that I'll reject her. What a silly worry for her to have. Emi. Well, that solves that problem. Her lips taste faintly of strawberries. She leans into the kiss, and her arms tighten around the back of my head, making sure that I don't pull away. Not that there was any danger of that. There's a churning feeling in my gut. The world falls away. There's just me and her and this bench. My arms tighten, drawing her waist closer, entranced by the feel of her. I inhale her scent, my mind trying desperately to memorize everything about how she tastes, how she smells, how she feels. Ringing of the bell snaps us both back into reality, and we break the kiss. Emi's cheeks are slightly flushed, and she seems to be catching her breath. In her defense, so am I. We stand there for a few moments, trying to wrap around our heads what we've just done. Emi's the first to break the silence.
So? Wanna grab dinner after I'm done with practice?
What a coincidence. I was about to ask you the same thing. Well, actually I suppose it was gonna be some kind of proper date on the weekend or something, but the thought was there, I think. Emi gives me a playful shove.
Yeah, right. You were still in shock about how incredibly awesome I am at kissing.
We begin to head down the stairs back to our respective classrooms. Hey, I didn't see you talking immediately afterwards either.
That I didn't. See you after practice, Hisao.
She leans in quickly and gives me a quick kiss in the middle of the hallway, sending me into another brief state of mental freefall. As I head into my classroom, a giggling Misha greets me. Ah, you saw that, you sly son of a Yeah.
Why, He-chan, you romantic, you. Did you confess on the rooftop? Did you?
Actually, I think it was the other way around. This sends Misha into a fresh fit of laughter.
Young love is so unpredictable, isn't it?
This being Misha, I suppose I should have expected her to tease me over this. And I guess. Before I can really respond, Muto's enter the room and Misha skips off to her seat, giggling all the while. I suspect that I'll get a lot of that sort of conversation now, especially seeing as how Emmy kissed me right in the middle of the hall. But somehow, I don't care about that. For the first time since arriving here, my heart feels light. Act 3. Well, maybe we won't finish this today, but you know, we did that. Perspective. Form, perspective. Great. My head's in a spin all through Muto's class. I'm gonna have dinner. With Emmy, who wants to be my girlfriend, no less. The date. And then she kissed me. With that kiss, I keep going back to it, playing it over in my mind again and again. Everything about that moment felt so right. My mind drifts off, lost in thoughts of Emmy. Nakai, hello? Seems like I've drifted off a bit too far. Huh? What? Egad, you've contracted some sort of amnesia. Someone get the nurse. Flash chuckles at Muto's antics. Sorry, sir. It won't happen again and all that, right? Exactly. Muto brains considerably. Well, lovely to hear. I'd hate to have my star pupil slacking off after all. I've been doing well, but I hardly qualify as a star pupil, I think. Yeah, that's more Shizune, isn't it? Maybe in another line we would be, star pupil. I'm fairly certain that this class is the sort that everyone does well in. It's just memorizing formulas. True to my word, I managed to pay attention for the rest of the class. Good job, Hisao. Nakai, may I have a word with you? What if I'm in trouble for earlier? Sure. Am I in trouble? Muto looks generally confused for a moment. Beg your pardon? He tilts his head to one side. And thinks for a moment. Oh, that. No, you're not in any sort of trouble. There's just a question I want to ask you. What's that? Nothing terrible. I was just wondering what your plans for after graduation are. You going to university? Yeah, I guess. Can't really see a reason not to go. Given any thought to what you'll study? Not really, no. I figure I'll come up with something when I get there. Muto laughs. Taking things as they come, eh? I'd argue against it, but that's how I did things when I went to university. You know, this is weird. In Hanako's route, you were a lot more composed. There were no exclamation points in your sentences. You, like, dryly spoke. You were against the whole idea of me taking things as they come. You were like, you need some kind of plan for when you go to university. And now you're like, I did the same thing. It's cool, bro. Oh, well, not really. I knew I'd go into a science, but I just wasn't sure which one. Ended up with physics, but could just as well have gone for astronomy or whatever have you. And actually, I did go for chemistry first, but there are all sorts of things. Muto trails off and frowns slightly. Takes a minute for him to recover from his train of thought. Now wait patiently for him to continue. So anyway, I did a lot of physics as well, because I was interested in that, but I wasn't sure if it was for me. So I went back to chemistry, and here we are, yes? He smiles at me enthusiastically, as if waiting for me to confirm that yes, here is where we are. So I get the feeling that Muto had a plan for this conversation, but I'll be damned if I can figure it out. I'm sorry I'm not following you. Muto frowns and rubs his chin a bit, looking perplexed. He then snaps his fingers, as if he just remembered what the point of all this was. No, right, yes, you. Me? Yes, you should look into studying one of the sciences. You're fantastic at it. Unless you'd rather just go to math. Muto makes a sour face. I'm not a big fan of straight math. I was like the experiments more than the proofs. Saying I should study science at university? Muto seems thrown off balance by my question. No, well, sort of. You could also join the science club. Oh, this is the route we do the science club. I figured that would be Shizune's route. Also, yeah, you are a whole lot more expressive in this route, Muto. Way more expressive. Hanako doesn't even exist anymore, I guess, so, you know, there's that maybe. The trouble is, there's not actually a science club. But there could be. You could even be a charter member, a founding father. And of course, you need to find other members. Well, only if you wanted to. We could just start with the two of us. And, I could give you things to read and we could talk about them. Dude, Muto, bro, we are bros now. And I could help you get ready for university and such as well. Wait, Muto rummages around in his briefcase. Muto rummages around in his briefcase and tosses me a book. Read that. If it's interesting, then we can talk about it. A brief history of time? I don't know if I actually want to read this, but Muto seems pretty excited about it. What's it about? Time, space-time, black holes and such. And it's not that dense, just to see if that sort of thing's interesting for you. You understand. Hang around after class and we can either discuss it or I can show you how to make explosives in the lab. He moves a hand at my quizzical expression. I'm joking, sorry. Still, I've kept you here long enough for now. Think about science as a career path, Nakai. I think you'd enjoy it. Okay, I will. Thank you for the book. I leave the classroom and look up at the clock. Quite a chunk of time to kill until Emmy's out of practice. Guess I'll give this book a look. I should probably shower as well. Showering before a date's only proper, right? Showering twice a day, bro? Head back to the dorms. Wonder where I'm supposed to meet Emmy anyway. She said after practice, but she didn't say where I should find her. Guess I can just swing by the track. That's probably best anyway. If she needs a shower, I can just wait for her in her room or something. Or in the hallway, I guess that would be better as well. Take a quick shower. I'm ready to take my medicine once I hop out. Now for a look at this book. Book. Did I fall asleep while reading the book? That would be embarrassing. Missing the day with Emmy? That would be real embarrassing. We missed the date with Emmy because we fell asleep. Good fucking job, Hisao. I wake up with a start. Oh shit, what time is it? My glance at the clock reveals I've only been asleep for nearly an hour. Thank goodness. Emmy's practice should be finishing up soon. I throw on some casual clothing and head for the track. Good job. Somehow I get the feeling we won't be doing anything fancy for dinner. Emmy doesn't strike me as a very fancy sort of person. Still, I suppose there's a lot I have yet to know about Emmy. Oh, you know why Emmy probably did that? The nurse probably said something to Emmy like, hey, you should make a move on Hisao, and she's like, come on, man. And then she's like, I guess so. It's about her newfound closeness. I feel like I don't know her as well as I should. Nah, well, I have lots of time to fix that. To be honest, I'm looking forward to getting to know her more. I'm so caught up in my thoughts that I hardly register that I'm already at the track. Emmy is nowhere to be found. Don't even see the signs of the track team. This could be embarrassing. I turn to head towards the girls' dormitory where I hear a shout.
Hey, Hisao!
I turn around and see Emmy making a beeline for me with the gym bag slung over her shoulder. So that's your normal clothes. Neat. You're like one of the only people with 3... No, maybe you might have 4 sprites, I suppose you could call it. Hanako technically... Oh, no. No, Hanako has 4 as well. Huh. So does Lily. No, I don't know if Lily has a naked sprite, so to speak. She probably does. She's changed into some decidedly more casual clothing. A pair of shorts and an olive green top. Her running blades have been replaced with more realistic looking legs that probably wouldn't fool anyone. Emmy doesn't seem to care about that, a fact which makes me smile.
Hey, you came! I mean, I figured you would, but still.
Suddenly find myself wrapped in another rather affectionate hug, and it proves to be impossible for me to keep what must be the world's largest grin off my face. Well, of course I came. I'd be crazy not to, right? Emmy ponders for a moment.